Welcome back. You're still watching the Daily Debate, and as I mentioned in the beginning tonight, I'm honored to be having with me over the program Mr. Ahmed Badr, the expert in tourism. Mr. Ahmed, thank you very much once again for being with us tonight. We did see in the past report the participation of Egypt and the Egyptian Pavilion, of course, through the Ministry of Tourism and Travel and Antiquities, and of course with the Egyptian Authority of Tourism as well, to be participating with a pavilion at the Moscow International Exhibition for Tourism and Travel. How do you see the importance of even being there in Moscow in this exhibition?
Well, Moscow is always one of the countries that we have very good relations with them. Russia, throughout the history, we all know the good and deep relations between Egypt and Russia. So that's political side.
Yes.
So we're talking about tourism side. Until 2015, the Russian market was #1 in terms of numbers of travelers to Egypt. By far they were #1. I think they were like 10 or 20% of the total travelers to Egypt. They were
Yes.
Russians. So that's a very important market for us here in Egypt. There are so many companies, so many hotels, so many guides and restaurants, and you name it, that they were dependent on the Russian market. Egypt's presence in this show is very normal. It's not something new. We've been always there, especially during these days, of course, with the political situation, you know, in Russia and the war with Ukraine and all the problems they have in terms of payments and things like that. But that means Egypt is, we are, let's say, in the middle.
Yes.
We're not taking sides. All we think of is our relations with all the world. They are all the same. We are looking for our economy, we are looking for our benefits. So being there and giving them benefits and giving them ease of travel to Egypt, although they have definitely, any country with that situation, they have difficulties, but still Russian nationals, they prefer to fly to Egypt. For them, it's, as you say, it's an easy travel. It's not that far. It's like 4 or 5 hours fly from Moscow or St. Petersburg or other main cities around Russia, maybe some few extra hours if you're going through to the east. But at the end, we're talking about like around 5 hours, so it's not that long flight. Prices are very good for them. It's, as we say, it's value for money. So, and they come to enjoy the sun of Egypt, the sand, the warm water, the warmth of the people, of the Egyptians.
Yes. So
they come, they enjoy their time, and then go back with good memories and nice tan and things to talk about to their friends. But the good thing is that the pavilion or the Egyptian booth, it's on a shape of like a museum.
yes.
So it's really nice, you know, showing what we have. Definitely these are all replicas, but very good replicas, not the original pieces, of course. So, because some of the audience might think it's the original pieces, but they are replicas. So this is what Egypt is known for, the history and our culture and all the monuments and mummies and coffins and statues from the ancient Egyptians.
Yes.
This is what we're known for, and this is what people mostly will travel to Egypt for it. So for Russians to see it, it's a good thing to mix between the seaside trips they prefer and go to other cities like Cairo or Luxor or Aswan, and it gives a special feeling about this pavilion. So the minute you're there, you're in Egypt. You're not somewhere else. You know, it's not like a modern pavilion where you can find anywhere in the world. It's just this is
You're experiencing the civilization, not just the pavilion.
Exactly. I'm sure I saw some pictures that they also showing other things like the beaches, like some of the parties that we're doing here in Egypt and concerts, and it's good to mix the history and the modern. This is something great, really. It gives the right message that we have the history and we have the future, so whatever you're looking for, we have it. And this is what we should do, especially in promoting tourism in Egypt, because first, maybe you find some people that they are not that very interested in history, so they want more modern life. So, okay, we have
Most of the young people.
Most of the young people, yes. Or you can attract the same traveler again. So this visit, you saw ancient Egypt. Next visit, you see modern Egypt. The third visit, you see seaside Egypt. The fourth visit, you see desert Egypt. So, I mean, so many things. So always we should promote different kinds of tourism to attract more travelers, more new travelers, and more repeated travelers.
Yes, you've mentioned the importance of having a design as a museum for the pavilion of the Egyptian Authority and the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism at the Moscow International Tourism and Travel Exhibition. It was awarded the best design at the exhibition. What is the importance of that award at the time?
Definitely deserves that award, really. It's the design and all details around it. It's not just some pictures or some pieces. No, it's the whole thing. It's as I saw in the pictures and the videos, it was really a museum. It's with the latest ways of showing pieces at museums. It's usually now, when you go into museums, it's a bit dark except for the pieces. So there are lights and they're under the spotlight, so you're seeing and you're concentrating with the lights.
Yes.
So you don't have any other things to
like the dynamic, the National Museum of the Egyptian Civilization, especially with the mummies.
Exactly, that's, yes, and this will be the case in the Grand Egyptian Museum. So it was a real museum. So yes, and definitely that's a good thing from the ministry to have such an idea and such people who executed the idea in the perfect way. So this is what, again, sometimes you have a great idea, but then when you do it, you're not doing it the right way, so you lose it. So you have to do both right, the idea and then how to execute this idea, how to do it in real life. This is what makes the idea really you really show your idea in the right way.
Yes, and the main idea of going to Moscow to be participating in this exhibition is to be promoting tourism in Egypt. But do you think that the main aim is to be promoting tourism for the Russians or for the global tourist as well, as an opportunity? But how can we be reaching the global tourist, the other countries, from Russia, from Moscow? Because we have mentioned throughout the episode that the Russian tourism is about 20% or 25% regarding the numbers of the tourists that come to Egypt in 2024, about 1.8 million out of 8 million tourists in 2024. So that's about 20 to 25%. Do we need more Russian tourists, or are we aiming for the other tourists from different countries?
Well, we always want tourists from all over the world, more and more tourists from all over the world. So definitely having this pavilion in this Moscow show, it will not just attract Russian travelers or Russian travel companies. No, I'm sure that there were so many other visitors of that show that they just entered this museum. You know, imagine yourself just walking and you all of a sudden you're in front of an Egyptian museum.
Yes.
Definitely you will go. So this will attract people from other countries in the world that they are participating in this show. I saw this myself in some of shows that I participated in with the Egyptian pavilion and some other pavilions. So every now and then there's like this pavilion that is attracting visitors from all over the show, even if they are not going to meet somebody inside, but you just go and see what's going on. Oh, this is nice. So definitely that happened with this pavilion. So this will give you more clients, more travelers, more travel companies from other countries in the world that they will go, they will have an idea, oh wow, this is nice. These people can think, they can do something nice. Okay, what do you have? I have this, I have that. So that's where the new business come from. You have to show yourself in an impressive way. You have to impress the people so they come to you. Otherwise, they will go to other countries. It's like it's a marketing thing. It's a marketing tool to impress, to showcase yourself in an impressive way so you attract new clients. So definitely that, I'm sure it happened. And I know some of the people, they were there, they were talking about this, that they had new people coming, asking them about what they have. Can I sit you with a minute? If they have a minute, okay. If they don't, so okay, can I have something, or cards, or some information, or pamphlet, or anything. So because they were really interested of having more information about Egypt. And at the end, Egypt is known all over the world. You know, if you just say Egypt,
a global brand.
It's a global brand. You know, first thing, the pyramids and the ancient Egyptians and pharaohs. And Muhammad Salah, of course, yes. So, but maybe people, they don't really know details, what we offer, what we have, what products we have. Some of the people or some of the companies, they think we don't have high-level standards of services. Just our prices are low, so we must have a low standard of service. But then, no, we have both. We have the high standards and we have the low standards. We are aiming to have all kinds of travelers.
The value for money, as you mentioned.
Exactly, yes.
Yes, and how do you see the efforts of the Minister of Tourism, Sharif Fathi? As we have seen, it is a relatively new ministry, a relatively new minister. Do you think that there are new ideas to be having better numbers for tourists and better quality for the tourists?
Well, Mr. Sharif, he is not new to us. He was the Minister of Civil Aviation a few years ago, so he has experience and he knows the product very well. And I have to say, he came in a very difficult time with all what's going on around us and the Gaza war and all these things.
And even with Russia.
And even Russia, yeah, exactly. So the whole world is really... So he comes in a very hard time that if not these circumstances were going around, definitely numbers of travelers would have gone maybe over 20 million or even more. But I have to say also we're doing good, not the way we anticipated, but better than we thought it will be. We had some markets that their travelers went down dramatically or a little,
Yes.
but we have other markets that their travelers went up very well. So at the end they were like a balance. So we saw and we witnessed some hotels and resorts around Egypt that they were full during so many periods of the year, so that was very good. Summertime was booming with Arabs and Gulf travelers, especially to Sahel, to New Alamein. That
Yes.
was, everybody really wanted to go and stay for a room. People were begging for a room with any price. It was, and the answer is, sorry, we don't have.
We're fully booked.
Fully booked, yes.
Yes.
It's a supply and demand. So, and that's why Sahel this year, they expanding the, usually Sahel will close mid-September, but
Yes.
this year they're expanding until end of October, so more people can
It
come.
is still sunny.
Yeah, and I really wish by next year or the year after, it will go throughout the year. This is
The festival of Alamein.
Sahel and festival.
In
Why?
general.
Yeah, why don't we have a
I think this is the idea, that we need
That's the-
Egyptians and, of course, tourists all over the year to
All
be
over the
going
year.
to the Sahel
Yes.
or to the coast.
exactly? At the end, it's the other side, the Mediterranean. They are walking throughout the year, and their weather is not as warm as here. The water is not as clear as here, so definitely here is much better. Definitely here we can go throughout the year. It's like Alexandria. People go to visit Alexandria even in the winter time. It's the same.
Especially in the winter time.
Exactly.
Even better.
So it just, by time you'll have more attractions, more things to do. People will start to lose the idea of Sahel just for 2 months. It's not just for 2 months, it's for the whole year. So that's a great, huge add to our tourism portfolio, Sahel, New Alamein, Alamein Festival, which I hope, why don't we have another festival in winter time? We can do that. People will go if you have some stars, if you have some Egyptian stars, singers, plays, actors. People will go to see them, even in winter time. So this is how you create the need. This is how you create new things to come. This is how other cities around the world, being famous for tourism all over the year, and they have nothing. But they created the need. So people will go see this nothing and they enjoy it. We don't have, we have things. We have things. So people can actually see and enjoy something, not nothing.
Yes.
So.
And you've mentioned the New Alamein Festival. As we have seen, it ended by the end of August, so 2 or 3 weeks
Yeah.
ago. How would you assess the festival this year, as this is the second edition, and we have seen the main motto for the Alamein Festival this year is Al-Alam Alamein, or the world is at Alamein, or Alamein itself. How would you assess the success of it in comparison to last year?
Well, this year I tried to go to 2 concerts. I couldn't because tickets were sold out. So definitely that will say it was a huge success. People, Egyptians, non-Egyptians, Arabs from all over, they came to Egypt just to go to Alamein, just to go and enjoy the weather and the water and the attractions and the concerts. Even if they couldn't go to a concert, just being there, it's becoming what we say trendy place. So people will just go and have their pictures there. This is, wow, it's like...
with the towers.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's like you know, a triumph, you know. I'm here, I'm there. So this is good, really. Some people will see it, it's becoming very expensive, and people can go there. Okay, it's becoming expensive because, again, the supply and demand. The other thing is, Alamein is for everyone. So you can go and stay and pay whatever, but you still can go and walk without paying anything.
Yes. You can go for the day.
Exactly, you can go for the day. There's this, in front of the towers, there's like a long walking place. You can just walk around, have something to drink, or don't. Nobody will tell you even to pay anything. So
Yes.
people really need to understand the importance of travel and the importance of high-end travel, because this is where the money is.
Is it more for the tourists from outside of Egypt, or for both, from within
both.
Egypt and outside of it?
For both. For both. So you have domestic tourism and you have incoming tourism. Both of them are very important. Of course, at the end it's tourism. So hotels and restaurants, again, cafes, and they rely on tourism in general.
Yes.
But then you have the incoming tourism where the hard currency comes from. So this goes into the Egyptian economy. Will help the Egyptian economy. It will help the Egyptian people at the end. So really, there are so many people that they need to understand the importance of that. It's like foreign investment. Both are the main source of income for hard currency to the Egyptian economy and all economies around the world. You know, countries are doing all what they can to attract foreign investment and foreign travelers, because both of them are the main, or one of the main sources for hard currency for any country around the world.
On the other hand, for the domestic tourism, for the Egyptians within the country, do you think that we need more Egyptians moving from one place to another to be going to the new museums? Dynamic, for example, the GEM, which will be inaugurated, I think, hopefully by the end of this year. Do you think that we need to be encouraging more domestic tourism here in the country, especially for the North Coast, for other coasts alongside the country?
Sure, yes. For two main reasons. One of them is educational, so Egyptians will know more about their history, about their culture, about their heritage, about their country.
Yes.
And to see that Egypt, we have some places that they are even prettier than the rest of the world. So because so many people, they really don't have this idea of we're having beautiful places, so they will see some beaches and some country, and oh wow, these are really nice beaches. I wish we have them in Egypt.
Yes.
So I'll go. Okay.
We always had this mentality before.
Exactly, yes. We have them. We have these beaches in the Red Sea and the Mediterranean and Marsa Matruh and so many places. So we have them.
Yes.
And they are even prettier, even nicer. It's just how we market them and how we take care of them and how we maintain them.
Yes.
So these are the most important things. So definitely Egyptians must go visit all the museums, all the historical sites, to know about their history, to know what's the importance of these places, that they are not just piles of rocks all over each other. No, they are definitely wonders of the world. They are miracles.
Places of knowledge upon which the West has built.
Exactly, yes. They are miracles done by our great-great-grandfathers. we must be proud of these things. We must maintain them, and we know the value of them, and we maintain them, and we respect these places. And because if we respect our history, so we'll have a respect for ourselves, and we will have definitely a better future. It's you see countries that they are way much less than our history, and they are making history for themselves.
They have nothing.
They have nothing,
yes.
But they are trying to do something out of this nothing, and they are proud of it, which is good. Okay,
yes.
I'm fine with that. Everybody needs to do something for, you know, to prove he's coming from something.
We have to compete at the same time with what we have.
We don't have to compete. We just need to value who we are, value our country, value our history, and know that we have the longest and the best history, and we have to know that. So you have no idea how many things that were invented by ancient Egyptians. You have no idea. People have no idea, really. It's like 90% of our daily life
yes.
were invented by ancient Egyptians.
We have seen the peak of the tourist arrivals in 2010. That was before 2011, and of course the revolution in 2013 as well. How do you think we could be getting back to those numbers, especially as we are getting better every year, but we couldn't really get to this number? Why do you think we can't bounce back to the numbers that we had in 2010, 14 or 15 years ago?
Well, most of the reasons are definitely political. So from 2011, of course, until maybe 2018,
yes,
you know, we had so many years of uncertainty and political instability and economical instability. And then 2018, when things started to move on, and we had started finally from 2014 and then until 2018 that we just could stop and know we are on the right track. So 2018 we started to have tourism back again in a good way. 2019 was very good year, very good year, the best year from 2010. So from 11 to 9 to 18, definitely.
And of course then the COVID-19 happened.
Exactly. So the world closed.
What a coincidence.
So, yeah, exactly. Then things came back again to life, and 21 was start coming back. 2022, 21 was very good year actually, or the last half of it. 2022 was also not bad. 23 was excellent, and we're expecting 23, 24 to be booming, but then again came
Ukraine and
Ukraine,
Russia,
22, and then
Gaza,
that war on 23. That again we had some break, so things were on break again. So most of them are really out of our hands, you know, political situations or world situation. Although we have now, definitely we can have more tourism than in 2010 because we have now more hotels, more infrastructure. Still we need more and more and more if you want to...
More airports.
More airports,
at
more...
different sites.
Exactly, yes. So we still need more, especially in hotels and transportation sector. We need more if we want to have more travelers, so we need more. But it's, again, it's the question of, for the investors, shall I invest now or wait until things will go right? What happens? What will... if
Never
things
will.
Go? So it's really, you know, but the good thing is usually investment in Egypt is very high return. So there are so many hotels I know that usually a hotel will return on investment is like 7 to 10 years. Here, I know some hotels, in less than 5 years, they have their investment back. So this is a really good
and then
fast
gain on after that.
Exactly, yes.
Yes.
So that's a very good rate for return on investment. That is not anywhere in the world but here. So demand in Egypt is always there, It just, things happened, and again, usually politics is controlling the economy in general, not just tourism, and tourism is
a part of it.
Is a part of it.
Yes, Mr. Ahmed Badr, the tourism expert, thank you very much for being with us tonight on the Daily Debate.
Thank you very much for having me, and always enjoy being with you, and thank you to the audience, and
anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, this brings us to the end of the Daily Debate for tonight. I will be leaving you, however, with the last report of the episode for tonight, focusing on the numbers and the rates of tourists that have come to Egypt during 2024, which exceeded 8 million tourists for the year. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. See you.